Oh, you know what's crazy? Your breath stinks.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Your show stinks.
Oh, wow. You spit when you talk, too. People must love you.
Guys,
wow.
cut it out.
No, okay? Wesam's World is the #1 show on Idobi Radio.
The Nick Major Show is the #1 show on Idobi Radio.
Actually, Eddie's show is the #1 show on Idobi Radio. So.
Oh, it's news to us. Wesam's World is responsible for glue poisoning dozens of dogs over the course.
You know what? For legal purposes, I'm going to have to deny that.
But for realistic purposes, it's their fault.
We're live on Idobi Radio. We're keeping all that in, by the way. Welcome to the #1 show on Idobi Radio, Wesam's World. Really excited to have Nick
Weird
Major.
to start off with a line talking point, though, because we already know the Nick Major show is the #1 show on the Idobi Radio. So
That's not what we got. We got certificates from Idobi.
big deal. You know, and the one cool thing you do have going for you, I will say, and Tommy and I do hear this multiple times a day, is you guys had The Rock actually do your latest radio promo on the station.
Isn't that great?
We laugh every time.
I mean, the
We're
way
big The Rock fans.
He's a big Idobi fan. He's a big
He
Nick
is.
Major fan. And if you guys really want, he can do promos for the Nick Major show sometime
my
too.
If there's one thing I don't
God.
like, it's when people promise something they can't deliver. So don't toy with me here.
Bro,
like, this
I'm
has
not-
to be a real, like, if you can actually make that happen, that would be incredible.
I'm not toying with you. I am good friends with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. We
gotta
can
do
definitely
this.
do promos for you.
But I will say your Rock promo is great, and we do laugh every time we hear it. And I was just telling him about that earlier today because they weren't sure if it was too much or not.
Yeah. We're always thinking like we're going to get an email from Fish or you and be like, guys, you guys got to make real promos for the show.
But we're just downstairs and we just hear, how does he do it?
Hey, it's The Rock. I'll do it. Here we go. Hey, everybody, it's The Rock, Dwayne
in
Johnson.
person!
Oh, man.
That was insane to hear in person.
Make sure you check out the Nick Major show every Tuesday. What time, Nick?
10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Tweet out using that hashtag #TheNickMajorShow.
He brings on musical artists from all across the globe. And make sure you tune in because they just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every week.
Thanks, The
That
Rock.
is good.
That is good. That does sound just like The Rock. Like, I see AI apps that can replace voices and stuff. You can't beat someone who can do it in person.
No, you can't, man.
And that was really good.
Well, speaking of your guests, I mean, is there a limit that you're going to have? I feel like every week your guests are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
We've had some good guests. My latest, who's my latest interview that I did? I just did one with Nathan James. He's a photographer that did the Machine Gun Kelly album cover, if you've seen that. He's also a great musician, and that was a rad one. But one that's coming up I'm excited about is Frank Zumo from Sum 41. He's their drummer.
Yeah.
We got him coming up, and Tommy is always in on my interviews.
That's right.
Is
I'm the Peyton of the Nick Major show.
Yeah, that's it. He's the Peyton. Mm-hmm. Peyton, do you have a camera on you?
I don't.
Oh, that is
Rude.
Next year we're trying to get a fourth camera to make sure that we always have cameras on the producers.
on the at the start of the year. It started off with Tommy because first he had no camera, then I started putting my phone on him, and then now we're in the room next door. So I just always have the camera on him when he's at the desk.
You got to have a camera on Tommy.
It's good to have a camera
right.
just on the producer in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you bring a balance, you know? That's necessary
right.
for shows.
Yeah, I need someone to tone down my charm and good looks, and
I fully come in
Tommy
there
nails
and
it.
bring it
I mean,
down.
He brings it down so low that I have to work a little harder to bring it up, but it's worth it at the end because it does even out.
Don't you side-eye me. The hell is
I'm
this?
not side-eyeing anybody. I'm just looking at my wonderful producers I love. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Diet Dr. Pepper. You know what I was doing on the way over here? I was jamming with Roots Above and Branches Below by The Devil Wears Prada the whole time because I knew it's one of your favorite albums, one of my absolute favorite albums of all time. I even heard you talking about it with a guest a number of weeks back. You were recording a show here, and somehow it got brought up, and I was like, I'm so happy Wesam loves that album as much as I do.
Gimme Half is my go-to song before jiu-jitsu. Do you know that song?
I know every song on that
Okay,
album.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Is Give Me is that the one that starts off? No, that's Big Wiggly. Which one does that start off? And I'll know in 2 seconds.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like the piano. Dun, dun,
Oh,
you know
dun, dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
You are
Dun,
making
and
up fake
dun, dun,
songs.
dun. Yeah, no, I know.
Danger Wild Man.
Yeah, that one's iconic.
I know a girl.
Yeah, and that has what's interesting about that song is there's a band called Our Last Night, and now they're more known for doing like covers of pop songs, but like metalcore. But
What are they called?
Our Last Night. But back in this era, when Devil Wears Prada came out with Roots Above and Branches Below, the Our Last Night guys were like 15 years old, 14 years old, but they were really good. They have an album called We Will All Evolve. It is fantastic. It came out right around this time too. But their vocalist, who was 15 at the time, he does vocals on Danger Wild Man. And you don't even know there's guest vocals on it, but once you know they're there, you're like, oh, that's a different screamer.
Whoa.
I love that album.
I'm going to have to check that out. You know what a band I would love to sit down and talk with about their evolution is Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh my God, me too.
Right?
Dude, because I used to always cover their old songs. And, I need to show you. I have my old band covering a Devil Wears Prada song from Roots Above and Branches Below. We covered Assistant to the Regional Manager.
Wait, your old band?
Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah. We should pull that out.
Alex, pull it up.
I'll tell you what to type in Assistant to the Regional Manager band cover. I guess.
That is a great song title.
It's from The Office.
Yeah.
So that was the era, by the way. This was an era of music where so many bands did joke titles for songs.
Yeah.
And this album, which I think is one of the best, I think it was like the pinnacle metalcore album, to me at least, for how I was involved with that era at the time. The song titles are all silly. Big Wiggly style.
I'll give you while she's looking this up,
if you have questions about the thumbnail, we're in a living room, and there's like 5 of us, and I'm standing in the front, but
I can't wait to check this out.
Oh, yeah.
This song is called, by the Devil Wears Prada, has one of the most intense breakdowns ever.
Wait, is that from their album before?
Yeah.
That's from Plagues.
Plagues. Yep.
Yeah. And I love that album too, but with Roots Above. And even their one before that. What was their diary before that? Dear Love, a Beautiful Discord. That was, God, I could talk about Devil Wears Prada so much. You know what? They're like Blink-182?
Yeah.
Devil Wears Prada is a band that for the moment when I was obsessed with them, it was like Blink-182
You learned everything.
obsession. It was like Mike Haranica was on par. He's their vocalist. Was on par to me with Tom DeLonge. I was just like a front man who I just was like, I love this man.
He writes poetry.
Yes, and I have his poetry book. He has he came out with one a number of years ago that I have, but I haven't opened it since then.
I didn't know he had a poetry book. I'm definitely going to check that out now. But his lyrics, like for "Give Me Half," I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, you mean like the song lyrics?
Yeah.
Apart from that, and I might his little book I think is poetry. I could be wrong, but his lyrics. So cut that out if it's wrong. Don't make me look like an idiot. I do not have a
Leave it in. Leave it in.
I have something that he wrote. But that was one thing about Devil Wears Prada was their lyrics, which I know any song you play from that album, Roots Above and Branches Below, whatever part it comes in, I'll know all the lyrics 100%. Like, we should play that game. No, it's not.
Oh my God, there's so many.
Wait, scroll back. Let me see the screen. Go back. That looks questionable, though. Typical emo kids. Keep scroll. Was there any more up?
No, they weren't up.
What year was this? Because then she could do a filter.
2011.
What was your username?
It wasn't me who uploaded it. This might be too difficult to find now.
Did you guys have a cover band name?
We didn't have our band name at that time yet, but then our band name went on to become The Ambition of a Stranger. You guys like that?
That is such early 2000s
Yeah.
independent band name. You know what I mean?
Ambition of a stranger.
I was talking with my friend who was in a band while I was in high school, and we were trying to come up with band names, and I told him if I ever got into a band, I would want to call it Alexander's Frontline.
Ooh.
I just think of
Yeah.
Why are you
I could see
laughing
it.
like that?
I could see
Because
it.
that's so you.
Yeah, it is me, man.
Yeah, and like
Like a hardcore band, Alexander's Frontline.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
there's
that would
already
definitely-
asking Alexandria, you know?
because I know you thought you were so cool when you thought of that.
It still sounds cool, Peyton. I don't like the way you laughed, man.
My
No
high school.
Olive Garden. No Olive Garden
wait,
for
I
you.
take it back.
You better take it back.
I want
It's messed up.
So I think my cover has been taken off of YouTube by whoever uploaded it, and that's very sad.
Oh.
So that's devastating.
Are you in contact with these band members still or no?
Wait, I think it's on my own YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I made it private.
So you're the culprit.
I'm the culprit. Is this worth even trying to find the link?
Yes, it
now to
is.
send to you?
It's
Just
100% worth
show
it.
you? Oh my god.
No, because I can still talk to Tommy while you do
my
this.
my high school band was the Tic Tac Addicts. Like we were addicted to Tic Tacs.
Ooh, what kind of music?
Pop punk, and we did like 1.5 songs. That was it. We did 1.5 songs. Never played a show.
Fair.
Yep. But we had a MySpace band page, and that took at least 15 minutes to sign up and add a picture.
Did we talk about this? Xanga. Did you ever do Xanga?
I never did Xanga. I missed the Xanga train. It was immediately from AIM, AIM to MySpace for me.
Xanga has a little bittersweet memory to me because I remember making my Xanga page.
I'm going to show you this damn video. It's going to be too hard to find. I'm over it.
Okay, all right.
I'm over it.
I'm over it. I got to log into a YouTube account and find the video that's private. It's not worth it. It's a shitty cover of a Devil Wears Prada song.
What if for 40 minutes you don't say anything?
And then right at the end I'm like, I got it.
I found
got it, guys.
Sorry,
Where
we
can
actually don't have time.
I would want that so bad.
I need to show you. I used to make bands. I need to show you my old bands from that time. But Tommy, you had your band.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you
We
play in bands?
were just talking about his
Yeah, I
band.
know. That's why I jumped back into that. I had to quickly jump in to say, guys, this video's not happening today. Well, fuck it. Keep talking about his band. Maybe it will happen. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait, Xanga.
Xanga. I have a bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
Bitter meat.
Bitter meat.
Bitter meat.
Some bitter meat with Xanga. No, bittersweet because I remember feeling such artistic creativity making my Xanga page, and the music I put on was the Kingdom Hearts intro.
Oh.
And the background was a beach.
Mouth the how does the music go? The Kingdom Hearts intro. Can we pull it up on the video? I'm just kidding.
I never played it.
I can't
Don't
figure out
be
how to
mad.
log out of a YouTube channel. How do I just swap accounts? They make shit so
That's that.
difficult.
I was big
nowadays.
into Kingdom
Account?
Hearts. That's why.
Oh.
We're so getting demonetized if we play it. Though.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't play the Kingdom Hearts. We already have a strike. From,
I took a web design class in high school so that I could make my MySpace page better. It was there was an entire class that it was an elective that you could do web design, and I was like, this will be great for my MySpace. So I did, and then literally only used the knowledge to make my MySpace page better. And then a year later, nobody used MySpace anymore, and it was all for nothing.
Well, I want to ask you why you think MySpace crashed, but I wanted to give you the bitterness of the Xanga for me.
Oh yeah,
my girlfriend broke up with me, or we broke up, and then
because your profile was so bad.
Yeah, it was. No, and then I saw her Xanga after we broken up. She wrote she went on a date and it went well, and I was like, broke my heart. Broke my heart. Unreal. Anyway,
Unreal.
Why do you think MySpace crashed and burned? Because it was doing good.
It was. Well, I think Tom, the owner of it, sold it, and then
good for him. He cashed the hell in.
He did.
Because then that thing's value tanked.
Yep.
So
I feel like around the time people stopped using MySpace, I feel like Facebook became even more popular, and then Twitter, and then a lot of people were joined the Twitter in I don't even know,
Facebook?
09 or something.
Well, when did Facebook totally demolish MySpace? That's what I thought had happened.
Probably.
So Facebook used to only be for people in college.
Oh yeah.
And so
And it was
everyone
invite
had to-
only?
people who weren't in college, because you had to use a college email to
That's
make
right.
an account. And then the moment they made it public for anybody, that's when everyone hopped over. Because
Yeah.
it was like, ooh, I can finally use or Facebook instead of MySpace, and everyone just switched.
And I feel like MySpace though was such a kid thing. It was such a teen thing, that middle schoolers were doing, high schoolers were doing, and then Facebook seemed like.
Well, Facebook had a set layout, so there was no adding a song and adding your background and pictures to your profile, none of that. So I feel
like that's much more user friendly.
Yeah.
When a big one comes out that anyone can just jump into, and then anyone can use it. It all looks the same. It all functions the same.
But MySpace had the fun.
Because Facebook was going to take over when people's parents started using it,
Yeah.
and it actually worked. Because my mom still uses.
Yeah, my
Facebook.
parents use it more than I do.
Oh, I fucking found it! Oh, praise Jesus! How do I get a link to
You can airdrop, text message.
Is it private or unlisted?
No, it's public.
Oh, it's public.
Was it public already, or
Here,
you made it public?
Send it to me, and I'll
Send it over to.
and I'll text it to them.
Damn, this really was about to take me all day.
Now I'm like actually like giddy nervous to watch this in a good way. Like I'm excited.
So this is 2010 era me, and what Roots Above, Branches Below came out in 2009.
This is George Bush's president.
No,
Who's president?
Obama.
Obama was still
And
president.
I miss
Okay.
him every goddamn day.
Okay, here we go. Oh my God, I already loved it.
Thank you.
Wow.
No,
And it's Alex, right?
Do it to me.
Okay, just did it to Peyton.
So this was this was our first time ever meeting up as a band, and we had some of us had met on Craigslist. One of the guitarists was from my previous band. We had all agreed to cover The Devil Wears Prada this day, so this was what we met up and did.
I'm so excited to watch this. This is
So did you learn?
Oh my gosh.
Did you all learn the song this day?
Yeah, but we all knew that shit anyways.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knew this album back in the day, like Devil Wears Prada with Roots Above, Branches Below.
how old were you?
20.
20. Okay. This is full. This is full emo.
Yeah, I got a pierced lip. I got skinny jeans on as I wear my skinny jeans today. And me
Some things
screaming
don't
my
change.
fucking face off.
I'm so jealous that you could do that. I've always wanted to be the front man, like a screamo band.
Have I played my... Oh, yeah! Check us out.
So wait, before we play it, we have permission to play this from you, right? You're not going to give us a strike, right?
No.
Yeah, you better not strike this.
Nor will Eric, my former bandmate. He had to play it.
Was it coming through that? Oh, it's fine.
Bro.
You like that? What's up, guys? Little screamsies for you. Doesn't sound... I mean, I've properly recorded stuff. This sounds pretty shit.
Nick.
So this is when
Oh,
I was
I
just
love this.
listening to this album all the time.
Nice.
And then I have other bands that I have like covers of us doing Bring Me the Horizon, because you mentioned Bring Me the Horizon.
Yes.
God, dude.
Can we skip a little bit? Wait, this is assistant to the regional manager, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, not give me half.
No.
Okay.
Took you that long to realize?
The beginning threw me off. I think I was just more impressed with your screaming, to be honest with you.
Sounds like shit there.
All right.
All right, I'm sick of this. So that was my Devil Wears Prada era, and I was listening to that on the way in, and I know you love that album and that
Yeah.
band. So that's what
Wow.
this whole episode's about.
How did you teach yourself how to scream properly without like ruining your vocal cords?
First off, the first band I listened to that did that was like Bring Me the Horizon, kind of. And I never, for me, and maybe I scream wrong, and I'll play you, because I went to the studio with a band once. We recorded an album. We spent like a month in the studio recording, and like, I don't remember if I've ever shown you those songs or not. But I don't know if I screamed the right way or not. I never thought it was hard to do.
Whoa.
I just sounded out what I could hear like Ollie Sykes doing in Bring Me the Horizon songs. And that was why, like, the first time that I ever met up with a local band in Reno, it was the first time I had ever screamed, like, in front of people, actually. But we met on Craigslist. It was me and some guitarists, and we all fucking loved Bring Me the Horizon. So we were like, let's fucking cover I Used to Make Out with Medusa. And then I screamed, and they were like, holy shit.
Wait, who did the post? The band, and you found the post on Craigslist?
Yeah. Because I was so into listening to this like metal music that I just wanted to make a band of it. And then, okay, I don't need me to make this whole episode about me, but then.
So did you just scroll Craigslist looking for bands that needed a vocalist?
Yeah, and then one of the guitars from that band was in that last video, so we kept making bands together.
Oh,
Medusa.
Can you scream, Tommy?
no.
No, I can't either.
I think I could maybe do that for 5 seconds, and then I would just, I'm sorry, it hurts.
Yeah.
But I also never really listened to the scream.
Yeah, and I think
stuff.
that's a big thing. If you're not listening to it, you're not going to care to learn
To
how
be
do it.
home alone screaming.
Because, I mean, when you're at a show, you're screaming along to the vocals and stuff. Come on. I'm texting you one more link, and then no more of my music, I promise. Okay. I'm here to promote my band covers
From
from
13
12
years
years
ago.
ago. Yeah, that's what I'm...
Make sure to give a like, subscribe, whatever this channel, whatever the
I've-
channel is.
I've done like I tried to scream in a band very briefly.
What? Is there any recording of this? Even
No.
one video?
No.
It was that quick?
No, because it was at the end of an improv show. And it was like a weird improv show, and they played like a breakdown from Story of the Year. And they play that song.
Until the day I love
Yeah.
that song. I just remembered. I'm going to interrupt your story, but I just remembered that I did attempt.
all I've been doing
I
today,
did
don't worry.
attempt to scream once, and I recorded it on my MP3 player. I was home alone, and it might have honestly been a Story of the Year, but I screamed like a part of a song on my MP3 player, and then at some point within like a week, my cousin was over and hit play on my MP3 player and was like, "What is this?" And it was me screaming, and I was so embarrassed. Never screamed again.
Did you say it was you?
Yeah, I was like, I was
What-
just trying to scream that one part of that song.
I remember
I totally forgot about that till just now.
I was
so I have
practicing
trauma from
screams
screaming.
in my room one time, and I thought no one was home, and then my mom walked in, and then she was like, "Wow, that's something," and then I was like, "You won't
That's
get
great.
it." But this
You won't get it.
this was when we met up on Craigslist, and we did a Bring Me the Horizon cover, and these boys shredded on guitar, and there's me. You like that?
Look at that power stance.
Lanky boy.
Tommy's seen this clip so many times.
Yeah.
Shredding on those guitars. Oh God, how long
I'm-
till the
I'm just
fucking
watching
vocals
you
come in?
stand.
I'm biting my fucking lip ring in my mouth. We went on to be in a couple bands together. You like that?
Bro.
So, there you go. See, you know the road to the train. You never forget the lyrics. It's like riding a
Whoa.
bike. It's like riding a bike.
So you're hitting all those levels perfectly.
Thanks, man.
Dude, I think you missed your calling.
Oh, you're saying my calling was just... Thank you. I'm 32 years old now, and I missed my chance at screaming in a band.
Sell your house.
You could still scream.
Sell your house. Start a screamo band.
No, I'm starting... I'm convincing Tommy to make an acoustic band with me.
Tommy
No.
just shook his head. No.
It's been a years-long thing.
You don't want to band with him?
We have
I just don't
we
wanna
have-
be in a
We have
band.
3 songs.
He has 3 songs. I play guitar on them.
You don't wanna, why don't you want to be in a band with him?
I just don't want to be in a band. I just don't want to do. This is a weekly thing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
just
good
like,
enough reason, but I don't like it.
I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to be up on stage. Oh God, the nerves.
Sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Tommy, you know what? I need you
Tommy
to
slaps.
hear
Tommy
this.
Tommy's so good on guitar, by the way, though. Like he kills it on guitar.
Oh, Tommy, I need you to hear this. People love you, man. Okay? No one can
Stop it.
possibly dislike you.
This is terrible.
No, this is for real. You're going to take my compliments and you're going to say, thank you. I accept them with my full heart.
Well, I abide by rules.
Is it
So
a
yes,
loss
I
for
will say
words?
this.
Nobody can say a bad thing about you. I will say that right off the bat. And that's very rare for me to say.
That's a lie.
Because everybody else in this room I can talk shit about.
So could I.
No, seriously. You should be in a band with Nick.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Hey, we've had this chat 10 million times.
Really? I love it. Anyway,
Yep.
moving on.
Anyway, enough
go get-
music
let's
talk.
go get the
Let's go
guitar
get
and
the
the
guitar. We'll play our
cajon.
original songs for you.
Yeah.
Let's go get
So what songs do you like to sing now?
them.
Type of songs.
How would you describe it?
I don't know. Probably
Oh, that's somebody. I want.
Emo.
poppy, pop punky, emo.
Okay.
I say pop, emo, pop punk. That encapsulates everything perfectly.
Okay. You had a guest on your show, and I'm switching subjects because I have to
Please
talk
do.
about this
We can't talk about
before I forget.
fucking me and my screaming.
Because
for
that's what
an
you asked
hour
me to do
straight.
before we came in here. You specifically asked, I
Yeah,
need to talk about me the whole time.
That's the point of this promo.
Go on.
You had the metal, like, Tin Man on your show. He does, like, hardcore music. He paints himself
Nathan
silver.
James.
Nathan James. That's the guy who took the picture of the Machine Gun Kelly album cover.
Oh.
So he's like a really talented photographer, musician. He helps like visualize all of his music videos. He's crazy.
His stuff came up on my feed. And the way there seems to be this trend now with a lot of new artists where it's this camera and it's, I don't know what kind of effect they have on it, but they're moving like back.
Yeah,
with
it's on like a gimbal. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who do that.
Yeah, and then the lyrics are coming up. And
It's
then
a cool look.
It is a cool look. And then there's another group I saw do it. She's like this.
Sophie Powers?
Yeah, Sophie Power. Oh my God, how do you know? I went like this, and you knew exactly what I was talking about. That's fucking crazy.
I've seen her doing the
Yeah.
similar style. But where I first saw it done was my good friend TX2.
Yes.
He's the first guy I saw do it, and he was really pumping on TikTok with the song that goes, "I'm a 5'4" man who slit his wrist." From what I saw him doing that like a year ago, and it really started popping off. And so a lot of people have been doing that. It's great, but I saw Nathan has a lot of clips of that style as well.
Yeah. There's also like some like branching genres, like I guess a rap duo group. They're like,
oh yeah,
no, I'm
Hello
just kidding.
Christ. I didn't know.
I was like,
I was like,
shit.
how good would that be?
They go, "Hello Christ, I'm about to sin again."
Oh yeah, the
I
black
made-
chick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the two black chicks in it.
And
yeah.
they're always like walking through like a subway or an amusement park doing
running.
that thing.
They're
Yeah, running.
And it's a trend
Okay,
now.
so I
They
have
had a
seen
bunch
that.
of people.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Hello,
it?
Christ.
Okay.
I'm about to sin again. I'm
Oh,
not feeling him.
Yeah,
That's what
I
it
love
says.
you to that man, but I'm not feeling him.
Yes.
Yeah.
That does sound familiar, though.
And it's there's moments on TikToks like songs like that are so catchy that every time I see it, I watch it. Like every time I come across it, who's this chick? She's a Spanish artist, and her ad used to pop up all the time. And she's like, I forgot how it went, but she's like, da 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 da, and it was the catchiest thing ever. If you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Oh.
I do. I know. She's like, "My Mona Lisa, bada Risa,
And her-
mana Risa."
I love that. Every time it pops up, I
Yeah.
listen to it, and I love her.
Yeah.
She's so adorable.
Yep.
You don't love it?
No. I think it's catchy. Moving on.
Was that a taboo one to bring up?
No, just a little inside joke with the producers here.
About that song?
Huh?
About that artist?
Yeah. It's all good though. Looking at my notes.
So good, though.
What's her name?
Don't know.
You don't even know her name?
Nope.
It's like I don't remember.
He's a
Like the
liar.
word baby is in it.
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, so yeah, TikTok songs, popping stuff.
I did want to ask you, what's it like being a homeowner?
It is so I bought a townhouse in September, by the way, for everyone who doesn't know.
Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment.
It still doesn't feel real or like necessarily even that different because when I moved in, I moved all of my furniture from my old place into this place. It's like not a new building by any means, and it just feels so similar to my old place that it's just kind of I've been so busy with work and life has carried on as normal that I still have a bunch of shit I have to unpack. Like my guest room is filled with shit. But I still even though it's been a few months, feel like I haven't fully sat back and appreciated it. Like now I'm like in the habit of like, okay, I'm paying the mortgage now, which is no different almost than paying rent, but it happens to be going towards something different. So that's the coolest aspect of it is to know that I'm actually paying to own something. But other than that, it just feels like business as usual.
Yeah.
And like life as usual. But it's so cool because I was in the same apartment for like 11 years. I pretty much lived in the same apartment the whole time I lived in LA. Mm-hmm. So it's cool that my next step is now owning something because that's solidified that I'm here forever. And that's really cool for me because I always wanted to move to Los Angeles. And I moved down here 11 years ago. And now I'm here forever.
That's awesome, man.
And I never want to leave. And I think that solidifies that.
That's great. I'm wondering, is it similar to this feeling? Because I remember when I bought my car for the first time, that process was interesting because it's like, whoa, I'm buying my own car. Do you know, like that whole process? And then when I got it, I was like, this is a car.
Yeah.
It almost felt like I was saying a little bit goodbye to my childhood. I don't want to say innocence, but like that childhood wonder.
I know. You know what I
of,
felt the same way when I got my sleeve, and then I felt the same way when I bought the house, which was just like it was such a big decision.
Yeah.
To like, and I was just like, this is such an adult decision I'm making for myself. I'm the one responsible for signing all the paperwork that's leading up to what's going to happen, and it's me doing it. And that was it was like surreal, the house and it was so busy because it was leading up to when we were young. Mm-hmm. It was the biggest headache. Like it was the biggest blur, the home buying process. Like I found this great realtor that my friend Megan Holiday, who's a DJ on K-Rock out here. It's her best friend. She put me in touch with her. She was fantastic. She put me in touch with a fantastic loan officer, a mortgage guy, and they made my home buying process so like easy and smooth. I'd worked with a realtor before them last year. Wasn't happy with him, so I kind of stepped away from it for a sec. And then when I came back and got that, like having a good team behind you for the home buying process, holy shit, that is a necessary thing.
Isn't that life though in general? Having a good team around you,
100%.
having a good community.
Yeah.
I feel like that is so understated in a lot of people's successes in life because you can't do it alone at all.
Yeah.
And you constantly need good people around you. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. Also, it's a symbiotic relationship. You're helping each other throughout the process.
And everyone should want everyone else to succeed, I feel like. It's such a healthier... Yeah, it's such a healthier environment when everyone is excited for everyone else's environment. If there's any secret jealousy brewing or like any animosity that's being hidden that's going to eventually show through the cracks, it's not worth it. And all of that can be squashed. I feel like people just have to grow up and shape up, realize their place. Okay, I thought you were looking over at this guy. No, but I feel like I know what you mean.
There's room for everyone.
I'm breaking the bit because I've never seen Peyton make that face, and it's terrifying.
Oh, man.
It's tough because I know there's not a camera on Peyton.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good
been
face.
The
though.
best cutaway.
We'll just edit a photo of like Peyton in the shadows.
Yeah.
Just breathing. But absolutely.
You know what I mean? That feeling. The team, absolutely. But
And
going back to
you have a good little team here, though. I feel like whenever the show's going on, it's a team that's making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're buying a fucking house, it's a team. By the way, Adam Tice, Brianna Webb, shout out to both of them. They killed it. And Megan Holiday, whoo, love y'all. But having a good team for any aspect of life, whether you're writing a song, whether you're making a short, whether you're working, whether you're going through life,
absolutely, and
have a good team.
And
a good time.
I think I'm definitely thankful for the Idobi family team as well, allowing us to have this kind of this place to host what we want to do creatively is big. And being the number one show on Idobi Radio, I always want to help other people try to get their numbers up.
Working with a narcissist,
that is nice.
what I found out is that I have to accept, and to like we were saying about a good workplace. I just have to let you think you're right at times. We've learned to sit back.
Yeah.
We've learned to sit back and let Wesam feel I'm the greatest. He's not, but we're going to make him feel he is. And I agree that thanks to the fact that we're all willing to put up with your bullshit, it does make the work environment positive because we know everyone put on a show for Wesam. He's walking in the door. There he is.
Yeah.
There he is. So I know what you mean. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I like it when I'm listening to your show, and you're so open to take direction. It's like, slow down a little bit.
I don't listen to your show first off, so go on with your story.
Oh, no, it's fine. I know you don't. But that's fine. We'll be right back. Commercial break.
Good teams are important. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I like the dead air. That's one of my favorite things on.
That would fail us when I was in university. I had a radio class, a broadcasting class.
Yeah.
And when I was moving, I found the recording of it, which I would love to find. Is in my radio broadcasting episode for our final, we each had to go into the radio booth and do like a 30-minute broadcast or even a 15-minute broadcast. We had to hit all these marks, and you automatically failed if you had dead air on it. But I did my show. My teacher told me, he was like, "You should do radio. You did a really good show. Thank you." But I found the recording of it while I was moving into my new place, and it was so scratched up on the bottom, and I didn't try to play it, but I'd love to.
Random question, and I think you guys would enjoy this show. Kill Tony.
Oh, yeah.
I
I watch a lot
it.
of clips.
See, this is the kind of thing we need clips pulled up.
I was just watching some last night.
Oh, bro.
Yep.
Kill Tony
Kills
is
me.
one of my favorite shows in the world. So for people listening or watching who don't know what Kill Tony is, it is, I think, the most fair opportunity and generous opportunity for stand-up comedians out there right now. Basically, like 200 plus comedians sign up for the chance to be pulled at random to perform 1 minute of stand-up.
For a huge audience online.
In front
Millions.
of massive comedian judges. The judges are top-notch judges.
Oh, yeah. And
Judges, is that the right term for them?
I don't know if it's
Panelists.
judges. Panelists.
They're
maybe
panelists?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're co-hosts for that episode or whatever.
Yes,
some of them.
co-host. Okay.
And they're doing it in front of a club, like a live club of, I don't know, like maybe there's 100 people, 150, 200 people
So it's
in
a
there.
packed house.
Yeah.
You can tell just by the sound.
And the YouTube views are in the millions. Mm-hmm. So if you do good, the people who go on there and fucking rock it, they're sometimes series regulars on that show. They can come on whenever they want. They're regulars. They get to open for Tony or some of the other comedians for theaters or whatnot, and they tour with them. They get all these opportunities to get flown out. I mean, it
is pretty insane.
Yeah, for the people who want it and love the craft of it.
And I think, go on.
No, go.
But I just feel like TikTok has allowed stand-up comedy to thrive in a way that it's never been able to before. But I feel like social media has really given stand-up comedy a whole new breath of life. And that's why, like, Kill Tony is so big, because I see it on TikTok all the time. Like, that's where I see it all the time, and I love it.
I love also the opposite side to somebody who signs up who thinks, oh, I'm okay, or I don't, like, I've been doing this for 8 years, but I'm not really good, or, yeah, I can make it, and they're terrible, or for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah.
They get ripped.
I love cringe.
A little bit of a reality check.
Cringe, terrible, awkward moments. They're great.
I look away too often. If it's too cringy, I can't watch the video.
I love it.
I scroll by, and sometimes I'll send it to Tommy, and I'll ask him how bad is it. I'll be like, can I watch the full thing, or is it too cringy? I can't do cringe. Like, I said, my secondhand embarrassment takes over.
I think because I made cringe content that I feel like I can withstand it and watch it, and I love it.
So, because Tommy had his Lyric Lines series on Vivo, right?
We talked about that last time, the YouTube videos that I would do.
In the video that I'm editing now, an interview with this artist named Knox, he is incredibly talented. He's signed to Atlantic Records. I think he's going to be like a radio hit artist. He has massive songs right now, Not the 1975, Sneakers, The Love Letter. They all are absolute radio hits, okay? But he was in here for an interview with Tommy. He just did a shoot at Vivo. So then I'm putting clips of Tommy's Vivo stuff, because that's what Lyric Lines was for, into my interview. And I had to stop yesterday and tell him I was cringing at the Lyric Lines footage. I was like, oh, God, Tommy, this was a bad one. And it was incredible.
It's an interesting sensation. Like when something is so uncomfortable where you don't want to watch it or you want to look away. It is a weird, there's like a pit in your stomach.
When it's real. And that's why a lot of prank videos now, even that I come across on TikTok, I'll start fucking flinching partway through. I don't like, you all are taking this too far.
I don't like the mean ones. Like if they're saying stuff that's like, this person's gonna like.
Mean pranks are one of the worst things you can do to someone.
Yeah, I don't like the mean pranks.
No. I just going back to the Kill Tony cringe, for instance.
Yeah.
The facade of social norms is gone.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, what you did is fucking weird, and you're not funny. And this is actually like, what are you doing? There's one guy I gotta send to you. I thought he might kill himself after the show.
Oh,
like he looked on his face. Just like he was about to not cry, but like
after his performance.
Oh, they tore him to shreds because he started like making fun, like attacking the audience, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm just kidding," and they're like, "What are you doing?" Like he was so bad at
this would be
everything.
Such a good segment to watch Kill Tony clips and commentate over it, because God, I love those clips.
I wish we could, man.
You told me the story of the woman who was it her parents had passed away or something, and no one believed in her comedy career.
Yeah,
and then so they were like, what town are you from? Like, where can your friends and family come watch you open up for us at a show?
Yep.
So they made that happen for her, and like they flew her to some other sets, like in Florida or something, whatever you said.
Yeah, and then Roseanne Barr was like, will you come and open for me on my tour? And like completely set this girl up to like have a stand-up career now.
You know the one that
after
awesome.
her 1 minute set.
The one that had me dying was the dude with the rocks in his pocket.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
There's a guy.
Did you see that?
He's a regular on there.
Love him.
He does a minute.
I followed him because of that video.
Was that his
like,
first?
This is hilarious.
Had he been a regular at the point by the time this rock video came out? Or was that his first one?
I think he was a regular at that point. But It was his first regular bit, and then he's like, he says. I'm not gonna say it.
Did you all see that clip?
Yeah. The rocks, though.
So freaking funny.
I'm not gonna say it either, but
see it.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I immediately loved that guy. Right when I saw him, I was like, this guy is funny as shit.
William Montgomery on the show.
I know the name.
Don't know the name.
I feel like I know the name, but I can't put a face to it.
He ends every show. He has the most appearances on the show.
I only see the show through TikTok clips. I don't go to YouTube and watch it. I only see the highlights that pop up on my feed.
Man, you gotta watch. You gotta watch. I'm gonna send you guys a couple episodes just to get you started.
After
because
this,
it's so good. It's so fair. That's what I like about it. It's fair. You kick ass. You're funny.
It's true.
You get like open spots. If you suck or you don't take this seriously as a craft, you get ripped
You're
apart.
gonna get ripped apart.
And by the way, it's how many episodes now? I don't know, hundreds, right?
Wait.
William Montgomery.
This guy?
William Montgomery.
No, isn't that the guy who killed like Ahmed Arbery?
Oh.
What was the guy's name?
I think they're making a joke there because he kind of looks like.
Oh,
yeah.
God, I feel bad I pronounced his name wrong, but
Yeah.
that was
I
the
know what you're
first
talking about.
thing my face drew to.
He's actually big on Cameo because he yells and he screams, gets angry.
He roasts people.
No, he does not. He's kind of, but in his own way. It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
So what about him though? Were we diving deeper into something about him?
No, there was something else I was talking about before we pulled this up.
Okay.
Damn it. What was I
He
talking
talks
about?
at the end of each episode.
So this guy talks at the end of each episode. I only watch the show on TikTok and clips. I don't watch the full thing on YouTube. Let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead.
Dang.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. They've gotten the opportunity. There's hundreds of episodes. You know, if you go up there, even if you do good, they're gonna roast you a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's really interesting watching the people who can take it and the people who can't.
I could not do it.
If you can't take roasting though, and you're going into comedy, I think you need a new career.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, your job you're gonna be roasting people, and you're gonna get roasted to your core. Any insecurity that you have about you need to realize you're about to get roasted from head to toe, and that's just don't take it too personal.
Can we just talk about GTA 6?
Why?
I thought you wanted to talk about it.
Nick hates it.
So here's why I want to talk about GTA 6 with you. Was our front desk girl Marie?
Never met her.
You
Doesn't
haven't met
exist.
her, but she's here every day, so she's listening. She hears your show, and she
Oh,
heard that
yeah.
you were talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 on it.
Oh yeah, last
she
week.
listens
And
all
then
the
I
time.
told her she knew that me and Tommy were coming on this weekend, and then she said, "Oh, I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about GTA 6. He was talking about it, so I know you'll talk about it." And she's like, "I don't want to tell you too much of what he said, but he seems to be like he's kind of a graphics snob. Like he's very into like the graphics and visuals."
Marie.
But
Marie.
That's accurate.
But I'm a huge graphics snob. Like I'm the biggest graphics snob. I have been since I was 10 years old. Grand Theft Auto is my favorite video game franchise. I think Red Dead Redemption is the pinnacle of video game creation. Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer dropped after over 10 years of waiting for it. What were your thoughts on it?
Well, you're gonna get some good news, Peyton. I think you've converted me because I downloaded GTA 5 again on the PS5 this time.
Okay.
And
Because where was the original stance of it? Or actually,
I'm a graphics person through and throughout. However, on the PlayStation 5, the graphics are so good that even going down to it's not fidelity is the graphics mode, the other one performance. The graphics still look great, and it's in 60 frames. And I'm like, whoa, this is the way I want to play the game now.
from a game that was released in 2013.
Right. It's incredible. At 60 frames and on the PS5, GTA 5 is a wonderful game to play.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yes.
Okay,
Not
so-
on the PS5, though.
What did you play it on?
PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Because what a graphical, beautiful thing that was when that came out. Wasn't that wild?
Oh, my God. Beautiful.
And like the graphics of that game still to this day stand up. So I can't wait to see what Grand Theft Auto 6 is. I'm just like
Peyton likes to play games at like 480p and 120 frames a second.
so it
8-bit?
So is that so like it can play as clearly as possible?
Yeah, I'm somebody. I want it to run as smoothly as possible. I don't care about how it looks.
Give me 10 frames a second, but make that thing crystal
No,
clear.
what the hell?
4K.
10 frames?
I want to
Talking
see.
about?
I love good graphics, and I just always have.
I-
If it can be the shittiest game ever, but if it had the best graphics of all time, I would make that game not the shittiest game of all time.
Wow, what a stance. Nick Major,
would
ladies and
make it.
gentlemen. That's a t-shirt right there.
But so you're a huge graphic guy. What are some of the best graphic games then that you consider like this is top notch? This is what good graphics are. If you have answers to that.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I think Red Dead Redemption is the top of video games.
In terms of landscape, sometimes
Red Dead Redemption.
I'm not saying they look bad, but like the animals and the characters at times, I'm like, this is
In Red Dead?
In Red Dead,
But still better than any other game.
God of War, the latest one, Ragnarok. Whoa, graphics for that. Get out of town.
His beard. It's like because he's one of the characters like where he has all that like hair on him, you know.
But it's his skin too.
Oh yeah, exactly. And because he's shirtless, so those are like the details that when it's like a major AAA title game, is that what they call them? When those come out, and like Last of Us, for example, I think Last of Us is one of them as well. That's where you see where graphics are getting to and looking great. Because yeah, his skin and his beard in the new God of War, I was like, oh my God, that looks like video games are getting cool. What's the Forbidden Horizon? Do you know the one that's on PlayStation?
Horizon Forbidden Horizon.
Close enough.
That's another one.
That's another one? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I don't know that one.
No, what other games?
Other games right now.
In general, what was a game that came out, and when it came out, you were like, holy shit, this is the pinnacle of gaming. And now when you look back, you're
I
like...
don't even play that many video games, but the last Uncharted was
Those are always
amazing.
beautiful games.
The graphics are so good.
Elden Ring. I liked it.
I need
It
to
wasn't
play that
like
one.
it wasn't like insane, but I think it was. I don't know. Elden Ring graphics were actually kind of good.
Oh, wait, Elden Ring's the new game.
Yeah.
And who made it, Bethesda?
From Software.
Okay.
Peyton has a YouTube channel called DBD Opinions.
Didn't ask.
Dead by.
Is that the one where he wears a
so-
mask?
I'm kidding, Peyton. What's
That
your...
is the one.
Okay, yes.
And what do you
I've
do on
seen
it?
it. I've seen it.
Just Dead by Daylight, the video game Dead by
Oh,
Daylight.
the
That's
open
it.
world zombie game. Right?
Close. I'll take it.
Like the MMO survival game.
No, but like
The game that you play on your channel.
yes.
Yes!
Dead by
I
Daylight.
knew you
I
knew.
that's the one.
It's a killer. They're survivors. They have generators to get out. Whatever. The graphics on there. I was going to ask you about the graphics.
Oh, they're horrible.
Pull them up.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah, they're not too great. But
Dead by
it's just-
Daylight?
yeah, I mean, so when the game was made, they were kind of I'd consider them an indie
studio?
studio.
No, they
they're
were.
not indie anymore. And so they've slowly but surely been trying to like update the graphics, make it more. But you can tell they're still just kind of struggling.
Because what's the big game like where people build forts in the open world and like they fight?
Like Fortnite?
Not
Or-
Fortnite. Not Fortnite. It's like it's first person and like you run around with a rock
Oh,
and you beat
Rust,
shit into
Ark, Rust.
So is Rust is this like a zombie version of Rust kind of?
Whoa.
It's kind of it's just basically an asymmetrical horror meme. One person. It's
Oh, wait,
all
is this the game?
multiplayer.
Is this the game?
Yeah, that's
oh,
the
shit.
game.
Okay, I was thinking of a different game.
Yeah.
Chucky's in it?
Yeah.
They just added Chucky.
What?
Which was my dream killer for
What
the
about the
game.
new one that just dropped? The new zombie one that just dropped, but they already closed the studio last week.
Oh, fucking.
What's it called?
It's like Alone in the Dark.
No,
It's
it's not it.
Alone in the
It's-
Dark.
it's like-
Shit. I can find it in 2 seconds, but I know. Oh man, that's a rabbit hole that I've been
Now
keeping
that,
up with.
yeah, oh, me
the
too, because
whole
I've been
time.
following that game since they announced it,
Tommy,
because
we
the
can go
trailer
if you
looks
want.
interesting. Okay,
I want to know
okay.
what this is now.
Oh my gosh.
But
It
no,
is
so
the day before.
The day before. So like last year they released this incredible trailer for a game called The Day Before, and it was like a zombie open world survival game. You meet up with people in an open world online, and
Whoa.
beautiful trailer. They kept hyping it up.
It looked stunning.
Great.
They released these great trailers for it. Then the game finally came out. Terrible. It doesn't work. The studio shut down, and it was a scam.
Oh my God.
What?
They shut
And
down.
that-
So
not
can
even
you
a
still
week.
buy it?
Not even a week
No,
after the game came
it's
out. No, you can't buy
delisted.
it anymore.
Dang.
And as it kept coming out, they kept releasing these. Like they released an insane trailer. There was like a speeding car, like Need for Speed, and people were like, "Wait, what the?" People were like, "What the fuck game is this? Where did this car come from? I thought we were in a zombie world." And then they started introducing these absurd. Like the game just derailed quick.
Yeah.
And then it finally came out, and people are posting clips. Like they'll be walking, and then the zombie in front of them stretches to like 50 stories tall, and then just starts flopping around the map, and it just happens.
It's rough.
Oh yeah, see, there's the
whoa,
fucking
whoa.
speeding car. That everyone was like, "What the fuck is this car doing in a zombie world game?"
So this was kind of one of those studios where like the trailer looked great, but you looked at their track
that
record
looks
with
so
And you-
previous games,
and you knew it was
just like,
bad.
Something's not adding up.
Because you know the one who did it right though, who did the open world space game?
Oh, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Now
Yeah.
they perfected the releasing a game that gets shit reviews that people don't like,
Yeah.
and then over years patching it, upgrading it, and making it a whole new experience. This game doesn't even have a chance.
This is
for
like
it.
out of the scene from I Am
I'm
Legend.
I
Yeah.
knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
By the way,
was very
the book was so much better than the movie.
Oh yeah.
I wish they kept the book ending. The book
I-
ending, I
Well-
remember reading that book and going,
Haven't
oh my
you
God.
heard
What?
the
sequel?
And they're
They
going
talked
with
about
the
it.
original ending.
How?
They
Like apparently they're doing the alternate ending.
they've
now.
taled about that for like
Okay,
10 years.
so you know, like, with, like, the-
skipping the ending of the original.
But you know, it's like the Halloween movies. So wait, you guys hear me out though. You know, like the new
I'm sorry.
the new Halloween.
No,
movie.
wait. Hold on, Nick.
No, let me say mine.
No.
Because with Halloween, they're forgetting about the sequels, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so now with this one, they're forgetting about the ending of the actual movie.
It would be a sequel that uses the alternate ending that like people who
Yeah.
bought the DVD or Blu-ray saw.
Because
Okay,
they do
well-
have the alternate ending. Like
Uh-huh.
it's filmed, it's shot, they considered it.
We said,
But
what were you
is
going
it-
before
that
I
is
violently
interesting.
cut you off?
Listen, I honestly, the I Am Legend, the original film, I enjoyed it. I didn't say I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it. However, I read the book afterwards. And because everybody was telling me, read the book. I was like, fine, I'll read the book. And I was like, whoa, this is a completely different vibe and story to it. Like
The whole thing or just the ending?
I would say like 75% is a different vibe, and then the ending is completely different, and it's actually more like, whoa! Now you've established a world. Now we've broken through that barrier, and now you see
Let's
the
expand
real
on
world.
it.
Yeah, and then you're like, whoa! This universe can go so much more outside than what we've.
Yeah.
So they created the movie just to be a singular film, beginning, middle, end.
I
And
remember
they could have created it to be ready for sequels.
because I saw the movie on my 18th birthday. Actually, that was like my birthday activity with my best friend. We went to see I Am Legend. But I remember when it ended, thinking I thought there was like 30 more minutes in the movie. That was the end. I was kind of like that. It didn't feel like what the ending of the movie was going to be. Like I was expecting. It didn't feel like a complete story. Did you see I've never seen the old version, the Omega Man or whatever.
Did that come out in the 90s or 80s or something?
Like 70s or 80s, I
okay.
think.
I didn't
So
realize
there was
that
an old version of I Am Legend called, I feel like it was called Omega Man or something. I don't know.
Did you guys read the book?
No.
Do you guys know the ending in the book?
No.
No, I don't read.
But you could spoil it for me. I want to know.
Honestly, the book is such an easy read
Yep.
that I don't want to spoil it for you because
Yeah.
it was such an experience, and I think it's really hard for books to give atmosphere.
Yeah.
And this book, I couldn't stop turning the pages. Like I was just like, I got to finish this. I got to finish this.
Because I know I'll never read it, and for the sake of having a great social clip where you
Yeah.
let the entire world know what the ending is of the book of I Am Legend,
Yeah.
what's the ending of the book of I Am Legend versus the movie?
Should I give it away? I feel like
Yeah,
I'm
do it.
doing a
Clip it.
disservice. If you don't want to know the ending, just kind of skip forward a little bit.
Unless
the
I'm
Omega
unless I'm
Man.
ruining your podcast.
No.
Charlton
yeah,
Heston.
You guys mind if I give away the ending?
No, go for it.
I'm aware of the ending.
You are aware. Okay. So, he finds like what he thinks is a survivor at some point towards the end. And then, again, it's been years since I've read the ending, so please bear with me. At some point, something happens to him. He gets knocked out, and he was fighting all what he thinks are like these zombie monster creatures, right, at night, because he's always fighting them at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wakes up, and he's in a room, and he sees the girl who he thinks was a survivor, but he realizes, wait a minute, you're like one of the monsters, like, and she's like, what are you talking about? We're the monsters. You're the monster that everybody's afraid of, because you've been killing everybody at night. And so this evolution of the human species, you're seeing it from the perspective of one of the last remaining humans. And they're like, these other two like monsters, quote unquote, come out, and they're like, you're feared by everyone. And he's like,
So they can speak?
yeah, they can speak.
Because they can't speak in the movie.
They can't speak in the movie. And so he's like,
That is such a psychologically mess with your brain ending.
oh, and this is the part that really gets you. They're like, we have to like put you to death because people are scared, and there's going to be like a public trial. And so he's being walked out, and he sees the monsters he's been hunting, and they're all like, oh my God. Like they're fearful of him.
Afraid of him.
And you see it in his eyes like, I am the monster. I am the last human. I am legend. And that's like one of the last few lines. And you're like, holy shit. And then you want to know how, like, you want to know more about, and then that's where the book ends. And you're like, fucking shit.
Were there other books?
I don't know. I don't think so. But anyway, that's our time on Idobi Radio. The show continues on. Make sure you tune into YouTube and Spotify tomorrow. And make sure you follow Tommy and Nick on Instagram. Make sure you check out the Nick Major Show every Tuesday night.
Number one show on Idobi Radio, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Woo!
Doubt it. The show
Doubt
continues
it.
on. Anyway, so that's the ending.
Of the show and of I Am Legend.
And of your show. No, yeah, so that's the book end, which I liked a little bit more.
Anyway. I like that if it, I like a good, because that messes with your head. Because that kind of makes you think, wait, what have, I misunderstood everything the entire movie.
And the monsters in the movie are different from the monsters in the book.
Okay.
And that's why it's also another like...
That's one of the worst parts in the movie is the CGI monsters, the zombies. Because I don't think that was the
movie
plan.
since it came out, so I don't even really remember it, to be honest.
I still think it's pretty good, but the ending, I'm like, I just hate the ending.
Yeah.
So
Fair. That's fair.
I could like that more.
Speaking of endings, I watched The Killer Fincher film on Netflix. Did you guys watch it?
I haven't seen it.
I watched it with my brother when he was in town, actually. We checked it out. A lot of interest for me. David Fincher film. I was
Absolutely.
like, looks cool.
Yeah.
The trailer. No, it's actually one that I think I went in. If there's a movie that I'm really interested in watching, I won't watch the trailer. And if I have reason enough, and reason enough for me can be an actor I like, a writer I like, a director I like, and with those two names, I was like, yeah, let's check it out. So you saw it?
I saw it. I loved everything except the ending. I don't understand the ending.
I need to watch it again.
That's what I feel like.
My brother and I, we got really stoned before we watched it.
Okay.
And we got lost quick.
Okay.
Like, and by the end, I thought it was a bad movie, but a really good movie. Like, I was so confused by the end.
It's a movie I would have rather wanted to act in than watch, even though I enjoyed watching it. But the acting, I would have liked to see what I would have done differently in the choices and everything.
Give a rundown of what the movie's about, like a beat by beat for Tommy, and to kind of remind my stoned brain.
Okay, so it's about this young boy. He gets like adopted at an early age. He goes into this new family.
What the?
And he's in he's like doing a basketball tournament, but he's not doing good in the basketball team. So he gets his dog to join the basketball team, and the dog is a player, but he's actually really good at basketball.
This is Air Bud.
Is his name Buddy?
Are you sure?
You're talking about Air Bud. Again, every time I try to get Wesam to talk about a different movie or TV show he's watching, he literally starts describing the plot of Air Bud.
No,
This is the 7th or 8th time you've done that.
No, okay, give me another movie, and I'll prove it to you.
Titanic. Tell us about James Cameron hit movie Titanic with Leonardo DiCaprio. Tell us about it.
Okay, just give me a shot, then don't interrupt me.
Okay, go.
Okay, here we go. So Titanic. There's this guy. His name is Jack Dean. Okay, Jack Dean. He used to play on a basketball team, right? And he needs to start a new life because he needs to go to America. He was in Britain. Basketball wasn't popular in Britain.
This
right?
is what he does.
And
He
so
literally all you
What
do
you
is
let me
mix.
finish? Oh, you're
You
just gonna
mix
interrupt
the
me again.
story of actual Titanic, and then you put Air Bud into it.
Okay.
He literally does this every movie you talk about. Why do you always work Air Bud into it? I've never
It's
got
making
that.
every movie better, though.
But it's not true.
I want to watch The Killer now.
Give me one more chance.
Okay, fucking. You know what? Give us one, Tommy. What's a good movie? Gladiator.
Air Bud 2.
No, Gladiator. Russell Crowe, iconic
perfect.
movie. Ridley Scott.
Gladiator.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, Gladiator. Okay, it's about a man. Okay, and this man had a family. This man was a general in the army,
Yeah.
but there was this other guy who was jealous of him. Okay, and his dad was the emperor. And the reason why he was jealous of him, they used to play this game back in Roman times, and this game was really interesting because it's influenced a lot of modern day games. But the game is like you get this like a bunch of leather, and you wrap it around almost this like soft tentured like wool that they get from, and you just wrap the leather around, and it gets to the point
Sounds
where you've
cool.
wrapped it so much that it's bouncy.
Oh.
It's bouncy,
You
right?
can like dribble with it?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
didn't happen. This never happened in the Gladiator movie. I feel like it's a bit you're doing, and I don't think it's funny, and I'm disrespected. So I'm actually going to walk out, and you do this every time. It's not funny. I'm just kidding.
He does so.
To be continued. By the way, this is the last episode of 2023. You guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
nice.
made it.
Yeah, we made it. Well, we got a few minutes left. Is there anything else you guys want to wrap up the year with that you're like you're proud of yourselves, that
Oh,
you're happy
man.
with, that you're excited for the coming new year? I think that's a good way to end the show.
What are we proud of?
Proud of. One thing I'm super excited about, and I would love to mess around with you. I was showing you some of the camera stuff in our new studio, and I really want to start doing Twitch live streams from our studio.
Oh, dude,
to
hard
where
pass.
People can just,
Oh,
dude,
dude.
I would love to not do that.
I am out.
But I want to start just live streaming on Twitch and chatting with people.
Yeah.
And I'd love for you to come on sometime while I work out the kinks. I got it's a 6 studio in there that we're working on. So I'm excited to try that out. I want to grow on Twitch and just create a ton of clips from podcasts and interviews.
Dude, I'm so down. That sounds great. The interacting part sounds exciting, you know?
Thanks, Wesam.
Tommy?
Tommy.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Tommy wants to learn all the gear to help me run live stream Twitch.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Twitch.
Twitch now can show nudity. I just read that. Oh.
They
Yeah.
immediately reverted it.
Oh.
They immediately.
We just invested
24
in a-
hours
in a
later,
cock
they
cam.
immediately- They immediately reverted it. They went, never mind.
I was going to do like
Just when I was excited.
I know. We were talking about it, and
We-
I was really excited for you.
I was going to do a nudity Airbud thing.
I know.
and-
Oh.
I was showing you the cameras in the studio earlier, and after Twitch had allowed that, we installed what we called a cock cam, and it was a cam that's just always on your cock. but seemingly they are not allowing it anymore. So now we got to remove that camera, which is fucking annoying.
Got to
because
return it.
I'll tell you what.
Stop destroying the studio space, please.
Oh, man.
I get
How excited do you get to do these shows?
just about the cock cam.
Did you take any caffeine before you came?
Good question.
Oh, that's. Oh wait, does
That's
that have
caffeine free.
Oh, it's caffeine free.
Maybe?
This is all natural, baby.
I love how energetic you are. By the way, I didn't think I would have this much energy on my third day of no food, but I am in it.
Are you fasting?
Yeah, this is my third day no food.
You want to go get some food to celebrate?
I'm getting food with my team, but you guys can come with us.
Oh,
Fucked
no,
up.
it's fine. Yeah, you know, if you didn't immediately say join us. Asshole. Can we wrap this up? I'm kind of sick of it.
Play us out, Peyton. That's the show. Woo! Make sure you check out the Nick Major Show every Tuesday, the #1 show on Idobi Radio.
And check out Airbud.
Ending with some fucking truth for once.
You know what? I take that back. Worst show on Idobi Radio.
There
Nick
we go.
Major. every
Another
Tuesday.
lie.
Always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye, everybody. Have a great year.